Welcome back to another Anime Rambles. Today we're talking about Beastars, a show that's getting its second season right now. But right now we're not going to focus on the second season. We're mainly going to be addressing the first season, because that's what I've seen so far, and that's what I want to talk about, and that's where this moment comes from. Alright, so Beastars is a great show. It puts together a world that feels gritty and real with these anthropomorphic animals and addresses society in a way where the animals themselves actually play a critical role into the story. It's not just a stylistic choice, it's a choice that highlights what the story is in its whole. It's a great decision to make these characters animals because it makes them seem like something we can relate to in our real lives. They're not just fantasy things. They're something that we know actually exists. And because we know like what a wolf is and what a rabbit is, we already have a predetermined nature of what their relationship might be, which is why Beastars breaking down these relationships and reformulating them is so powerful to command the audience's attention. It sets up a great dynamic with the society that feels gritty and real and almost dystopian at times. But there is one part of this that kind of ruined the whole illusion of the show for me. Having the predators have this instinct to eat prey, to have a longing for it, makes perfect sense. It's what their origins was. It's what they've been doing for thousands of years. Of course, it's hard to get rid of that innate desire to eat something. That's why it took thousands of years to domesticate dogs. Let alone wolves, which are still pretty much wild animals, even when we do our best to tame them down. But I will show you the one scene that made me lose my interest in Beastars. When Haru says, where is it? Right. Oh. My body is moving by itself, trying to get into your mouth. She has a praise instinct to get eaten. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. Your praise instinct is to get eaten? How do you exist on this planet? How? What? Doesn't make any lick of sense even a little bit. Think about it like this. Let's say cows had the no, what's a better example? Let's say rats had the desires to be eaten by dogs, wolves, cats, whatever. Every time a cat would be hunting it, it wouldn't try to run away. It would just sit there waiting to get eaten, putting itself in the cat's mouth. The rat would go extinct after 2 years because it's constantly feeding itself to other animals. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Instincts are something that keeps you alive. It's when you touch something hot and you pull your hand away. It's not, wow, I'm a prey item, so I'm going to leave my hand on this hot stove and burn myself. No, that's absolutely ridiculous. Having a society geared where prey are at the bottom and having predators having this constant urge to eat them, and since they have to eat like vegetables and like soybeans all the time, that repression of society against them and them breaking out makes a lot of sense. It's society repressing, you pushing back against it because it's your natural instinct. It's like if you love burgers, but you can't have burgers. It's an addiction that comes from their genes. But when it comes to Haru's instinct to get eaten, it's disgusting. It makes no sense story-wise at all. Because prey aren't repressed. And what are we supposed to think about that scene with the guy sitting outside the meat market who was selling his fingers to people? Was he just enjoying that? Was that his sick form of entertainment because it's his instinct to be prey? No, he was just someone who's the dregs of society who found one way to push out against it, and it's the only way he can survive now, by selling his own fingers. He's not sitting there because he's like, oh wow, this is kinky. No. It's so mind-numbingly stupid, I can't even like put it into words. The instinct to be prey. What? There is no instinct to be prey. Your body shouldn't have a desire for it. It's such a gritty real world. And this one line just turns it into a dumb cartoon. It makes it seem like Wile E. Coyote is like, oh, wow, it's my instinct to be predator. And what, the Roadrunner's going to run into his mouth? What kind? Sticking your arms into a wolf's mouth is your instinct? What the hell? What are you talking about? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All of Beastars besides that is good. I love the character writing with Legoshi, Haru, and whatever the hell that goddamn reindeer's name was. They had such a great dynamic. The animation is fantastic. It's one of the only times I've seen 3D animation done in such a perfect way. The plot, the way it drives forward, it's weak. But because it's a character-driven story, it doesn't have to be. The characters do everything to support the story and push it forward, which makes it really good. However, this is in the last episode of the first season. And the end of episode 11. How do you just kneecap your own story? This is just shooting itself in the foot. The ending is what you remember, because that's how it ends. That's what you're left with until the next season comes. And it leaves you with the dumbest shit I could possibly imagine. It's ridiculous. Ay, ay, ay. But yes, I think this one thing, it doesn't ruin the entire show, but it definitely ruins most of it. It just makes it seem so stupid in so many different ways. Just so dumb. Anyway, comment down below who's your favorite character from Beastars. If it's Legoshi, Haru, why can't I remember a dumb deer's name? He was my favorite character. Oh no. Whatever. You comment down below your favorite character from Beastars name. Whether you agree with me or not, or disagree, I'd love to hear that in the comments. And leave a like on the video if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Peace, love, and bottle caps.